We now come to the 10-minute rule motion. James Daly.
Madam Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that leave be given to bring in a bill to make provision regarding pets with microchips and for connected purposes. However, this bill, Madam Deputy Speaker, should more commonly be known as Tuks Law and Gizmos Law. Every responsible pet owner wants to ensure their pet is safe. It is now a legal requirement for all dog owners to microchip their dogs since compulsory microchipping came into force in 2016. British Veterinary Association best practice guidelines recommend that vets should scan microchips on the first presentation in veterinary surgeries and at other regular intervals, including prior to any decision being made on euthanasia. These guidance notes also include advice on what a vet should do if details of the person presenting the dog are different to what is regarded in the database. They also provide guidance on what to do when stray or lost dogs are brought into the veterinary surgery, including the need to check the microchipping databases in order to reunite with the animal with its owner or backup rescuers. Although this guidance is helpful, the Tuks Law campaign has found that many vets are not following these recommendations, and a large number of healthy dogs are being euthanised without checks being made on microchips to ascertain the owners of the animals or backup rescuers. To date, over 121,000 people have signed a parliamentary petition set up by the Tuks Law campaign, calling for a change in the law to make it mandatory for vets to scan microchips for owner and rescue backup details before euthanizing a healthy dog. Tuks Law campaign began as a result of the premature and unnecessary euthanasia of a young 16-month-old rescue dog called Tuk. He was a beautiful meiotic dog who had full rescue backup and whose rescue contact details were registered on his microchip as a secondary contact. His euthanasia was requested and acted upon by someone who was not registered on his microchip, by a vet who did not scan him prior to ending his life. Had the vet scanned him, he would have seen the rescue backup contact detail registered on his microchip and contacted the rescue, who would have collected him, and Tuk's life would have been saved. Although Tuk's death prompted the parliamentary petition, during the past 18 months, the reported number of unnecessary euthanasias of healthy and treatable animals, and in particular rescue animals, has grown alarmingly. Today in Parliament, I am putting forward a private member's bill to ensure that all vets are legally required to scan for owner and rescue backup contact details or microchips when any healthy or treatable dog is brought into a veterinary surgery to be euthanised. On government-endorsed microchip databases, a prefix will be added to microchips to identify dual registration of rescue animals. If an unsubstantiated reason for euthanasia is made, the vet will be expected to seek corroborating evidence. Vets will be expected to seek alternative options to euthanasia in situations where there are no life-threatening or emergency situations causing the dog suffering. By implementing this change in legislation, the lives of hundreds of dogs will be saved every year across Britain. Unless we act to make it mandatory for vets to check microchips, I'm deeply concerned, taking into account the situation of the coronavirus pandemic, that we could see a steep increase in healthy dogs being put to sleep across Britain in the next 12 months. We must offer these dogs a lifeline. We must make the scanning of microchips mandatory without further delay. My constituent Helena Abrahams began the campaign for Gizmos Law in 2016, following the death of her much-loved pet in tragic circumstances. Gizmo was 15 years old and involved in a road traffic accident. Sadly, she was disposed of before anyone scanned her chip. As I mentioned earlier, currently under UK law, dogs must be microchipped, and drivers who hit dogs on the road must report the accident under UK law. An animal rescue or vet would be informed, and the animal would be scanned and then identified in order to inform the owner. But the same is not true for cats. Despite being the second most popular pet in the UK, instead cats are often picked up from the roadside and disposed of in landfills without being reported, scanned or identified, and certainly without their owner's knowledge. A parliamentary petition set up by the Gizmos Law campaign and signed by over 107,000 people, entitled "New Law That Cats Killed or Injured by a Vehicle Are Checked by a Chip," led to a Westminster Hall debate on the 17th of June 2019, where it received broad cross-party support. The government response to the parliamentary petition stated, "We encourage microchipping of cats, and it is established good practice for local authorities and the Highways Agency to scan domestic pets found on our streets so that the owner can be informed," but went no further. Therefore, as part of the bill I am introducing today, there would be a legal requirement upon local authorities to scan the microchip of a deceased cat and then to make all reasonable efforts to contact the owner of the deceased pet to confirm what has happened to their animal and from where they can collect the cat if they so choose. Cats could be collected from the local authority or a local vet, and there would be a further legal requirement that owners would be given 7 days to recover their much-loved animals. Guidance would be issued by government on good practice, and local authority employees would be required to record the chip number, location where the cat was found, its sex, colour of the collar, and any owner's details on the bag in which the body would be preserved and protected. However, we must not limit our ambition to only return microchip cats to their owners. This bill will further require local authority employees to provide information in line with the aforementioned guidance, together with photographs, to organisations such as Deceased Cats UK and Ireland, who exist to do everything possible to return deceased cats to their owners. A register of such organisations will be provided to local authorities by the government. Deceased Cats UK and Ireland was established by Helena, Wendy and all at the Gizmos Law campaign. They worked tirelessly through their Facebook page and an army of volunteers all over the country to reunite much-loved pets with their owners. Thanks to their efforts, working with local vets and concerned members of the public, they are able to ensure that well over 1,000 much-loved pets each year are returned home. Finally, Madam Deputy Speaker, I address cost. Many local authorities do not have scanners, but we have a commitment from Encore, an international pet food manufacturer, to provide a scanner to any council who do not have this facility, and I thank them for their generosity and commitment to animal welfare. We should not allow deceased cats to simply be treated as rubbish, their bodies disposed of without a thought for their owners. This is not acceptable. Through this bill, Gizmos Law ensures that remains are treated with respect and reflects that cats are much-loved pets and companions for millions of people throughout the country. Thank you.
The question is that the honourable member have leave to bring in the bill. As many as are of that opinion say aye. Of the contrary, no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Who will prepare and bring in the bill?
Anthony Magnol MP, Andrew Griffith MP, Anthony Higginbottom MP, James Sunderland MP, Joy Morrissey MP, Sarah Brickcliffe MP, Mark Logan MP, Mark Eastwood MP, Sir Graham Brady MP, Chris Loader MP, Andy Carter MP and Jim Shannon MP.
James Daly.
Pets Microchips Bill.
Second reading what day?
Friday the 29th of January.
Friday the 29th of January 2021.